Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let's get this started. Miami is the best city for entrepreneurs. You got to know that. Um, I'm not gonna waste no time. I want to hold off a little bit and let some people come in the chat because we're gonna make it live, get it live, do what it do. But Miami is most definitely the best place for entrepreneurs in 2025, and I'm gonna tell you why in here in just a second. I want y'all to tap in. Everybody get on in there. We're gonna make it do what it do. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, we're gonna make it do what it do. Your man Mac James in the building. James Mac in the building. Cool and Crows. Make sure you go get the merch. It'll be dropping just shortly. Miami is the best place for entrepreneurs. I need y'all to know that. Let's get right to it. I ain't gonna waste a lot of time. Let's get right to it. Miami is the best place for entrepreneurs. Why do I say that? Miami, Magic City, is one of those places where if you're an entrepreneur, you can pretty much be surrounded by other entrepreneurs, by other individuals in the business, in business. You have multiple financial businesses moving to Brickell, moving to, downtown Miami, moving to Aventura, moving to Coral Gables. You have people from all around the world. I used to wonder this, check this out. I used to wonder why and how did people from Colombia, Cuba, all these little countries, come to Miami and spend thousands of dollars. You see these people in the streets, moving and grooving, spending good money at Gucci, spending good money at Fendi, spending good money at Louis Vuitton. And I'm like, man, well, their countries is so small. It's not even, it boggles my mind how they come spending big money, cash, $100 bills, spending it. That's because they're entrepreneurs in their city. They're entrepreneurs in their environments, in their cities, in their countries, and they make money. I asked one guy what he do. He said, I own a transportation company in Bogota. I'm like, man, okay, so you got black trucks. He got black trucks. He got small trucks. He got cars, but he owned a transportation company in Bogota. And he is making money in Bogota. And he said the reason why he come to Miami and spend money is because in Bogota, he don't know what is fake and what is real. So he know when he come to Miami, he go to the design district or he go to BCC, Brickell City Center, or places like that. He know the merchandise is 100%. He know everything is real. So he go there and he cash out, and then he go back to Colombia and do his thing. That's just, and he gave me some, some entrepreneurial lessons while I was talking to him. You know what I'm saying? He told me about business, told me I need to get on live more, told me I need to get on the internet more, and talk about my business and talk about issues and things that may, be affecting other entrepreneurs. So I'm like, you know what? I got to, 2025, I have to start doing that. Okay. Miami is the best place for entrepreneurs because it's easy to do business. All right. When I opened up a jewelry store in Brickell, Mary Brickell Village in 2020, 2021, usually when I open up a jewelry store or something like that, or a store, the inspection process is so vigorous. Like you got to wait on inspectors to come. You got to wait on certificate of occupancy. You got to wait on fire inspector, fire marshal to come through. You just have all these different obstacles and hurdles to keep you from really jumping in and doing business instantly. When I got to Miami, They told me, go ahead and start doing business. Go ahead and open up your doors. We'll send a fire marshal around to check and make sure everything is up to code. And we'll go ahead, and once they do that, we'll give you your certificate of occupancy and your business license. But before, matter of fact, they didn't even have a business license. Miami don't even have. They may have it now, but well, actually, they don't have it now. Miami don't even have a business license. They have the tax, the Florida tax, uh, which you need to have, and they have you have to have the fire marshal come through, check your establishment. That's like the biggest hurdle is the fire marshal, right? So you got to think about this. They told me to go ahead and open my doors and start doing business, and they'll be around. And it happened just like that. I was able to go ahead, as long as I had my tax and I had my federal ID, my EIN, and my business, bank account and all that stuff set up. I was good to go. I was able to open the doors and start my business. And then the fire marshal came through. He was a black dude. He wasn't even tripping. He was just like, okay, you good. You all right, you good to go. We had a fire extinguisher that was expired. He was like, as long as you get that done within 30 days, you're good. We're gonna go ahead and pass you. So it literally took me like 24 hours to start a business, even though I had been working on, the establishment for about 6 months, but it took me about 24 hours to really open up, and it wasn't a problem. I see people all the time in Miami opening business, no problem. Now the issue comes is if the business is worth it to be able to last and sustain in Miami, because Miami is a vicious place when it comes to business. The rent is so high in certain places, and if you can't stand that rent, if you cannot get that money every day, then I see people all the time, including myself, that have went into business in Miami, into storefronts, into stuff like that, and then they went out of business in Miami in storefronts. I've seen restaurants, Indian restaurants, my people, I used to go there to eat, Italian restaurants, go there to eat. I've seen clubs open up, club right on Brickell, Miami Avenue. It opened up. It was open for about 3 months, and I'm talking about they spent millions of dollars renovating that club, and then it turned around and closed in 3 months. And all the stuff in there right now, and it's for lease, right on Miami Avenue, right next to the cigar bar. And I'm like scratching my head, like, man, that's crazy how you could just blow millions of dollars in Miami trying to open up a club or restaurant, open up a business, and then they turn around and go out of business, and you can't take none of the stuff with you. When I closed my business, I couldn't take none of the decorations, none of the light fixtures, none of that. Nothing I did to the floors, none of that goes with it. However the case may be, one of the benefits to doing business in Miami is the taxes, right? Because when I do business in North Carolina, the personal income tax is like 35%. Well, actually, it's 40%. They just reduced it down to 39%. 39% of your income in certain scenario goes to the state. In Miami, it's no income tax. So that's why you see so many millionaires, so many billionaires, thousandaires, 100,000aires moving to Miami and offsetting the cost, because I want you to think about something. If an apartment costs, and I'm talking about a nice high-rise apartment, if an apartment costs $4,000 a month, right? And if you was making, let's just say $500,000 a year, and you was doing that in another city like North Carolina or like Atlanta, 30% of that is going to the state, for your income tax. You're offsetting that now by being able to keep the whole amount of money for the income tax. You're able to keep all that. And so that's why you can live luxurious in Miami, because the income is no personal income tax, right? So you're able to keep all that bread. You know what I mean? That's the reasons why you see people actually moving to Miami, and getting, that's why the apartments is so expensive. And plus it's beautiful, don't get it wrong. You know what I mean? I see people on a regular basis coming to Miami, starting up internet companies, starting up. I see women on a regular basis, coming to Miami, blowing up just off of their body, period. And I don't mean it's always sex. Not always sex. It's people that pay just to have them come and be a part of a party, be a part of the atmosphere. It's people that pay women in Miami, lonely men that got hundreds of thousands of dollars will pay a woman just to come and talk and be with them and go to the restaurant. I see it all the time. You got people, men from around the world that got millions of dollars that come to Miami just to enjoy themselves on a regular basis and gallivant with the beautiful women and pay money to do that. So beautiful women, if you're out there and you're looking for a place to really thrive, to really make money off of your looks, Miami is that place. I just have to say that it is. Miami is that place. Miami is the type of place that gives you the inspiration on a day-to-day basis. Every time I walk out my door, I'm looking at a Ferrari. I'm looking at a Lamborghini. I'm looking at a Bentley. And I'm not looking at old dudes driving the stuff. I'm looking at young dudes, younger than me, 18, 19, 20, 25. And you got the older guys, the OGs, the older guys, 40, 45, 50. And then you got the older guys, 70, 80, but they're usually driving the older model luxury cars. They paid for it. They ain't got nothing. They have no problems. You know what I mean? This is the type of inspiration that I'm seeing on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? And a lot of these people, I ask them what they do is crypto, is trading, is internet company, is drop shipping, is all these different things to where it makes it so easy to be able to get this money while you're living in Miami because you don't have that income tax. You must understand how your city that you live in is really holding you back. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's just say you live in New York. Well, not take New York City. Let's say you live in Philly. Let's say you live in Milwaukee. Let's say you live in Chicago. Let's say you live in Ohio. Let's say you live in a northern city where it snows and it's cold 6 months of the year, where wintertime, like right now, it's up there snowing like crazy, cold like crazy. During this time period right now, it's tax season. It's not going to stop all money, but you're not able to actually move around and do what you need to do as an entrepreneur like you can if you lived in Miami. That really slows your money down. So now you cap, because if it's a winter weather warning or something like that, if it's something where you really can't get out and get active, if you got money on the line, if somebody, you got somewhere you need to meet or something like that, or whatever your business depend on, it's going to be shut down during those really, really hard winter weather situations. That really has an impact and really, stunts your growth when it comes to getting this money. Let's be honest. Whereas in Florida, Miami specifically, and Tampa, Jacksonville, you can get money all year round. There's no snow. It's nothing to hold you back from that. You know what I mean? It's nothing to hold you back. Let's get back to Miami, though. You have to understand Miami is a tourism city of the world. So every day you got people, new money. It's like Las Vegas, new money coming in every day and people ready to spend it. You got to think to yourself, how can you have something for the people that's coming there every day that wants to spend money and enjoy themselves? I see people coming up with, scooter businesses. They didn't turn the jet skis into luxury cars, little luxury cars that you can get in and drive around now. Whoever came up with that idea is killing it right now. I'm talking about they got Corvettes, they got Bentleys, they got Rolls Royces, they got all these little cars that go on the water like jet skis. 2 people can fit in there and people riding around, and they killing it right now. Whoever came up with that, they killing it right now. They got the jet skis now that you can drive on the street and then still go into the water. Killing it right now. The yacht game is always going to kill it in Miami. You own a boat or something or a yacht, you're going to kill it in Miami. There's certain things that the Miami culture cannot control. They can't control certain things, right? It's a lot they can. The Miami, the Miami city of Miami can control certain things. Like they could control restaurants. They really could control clubs. They could be on top of you for real estate. Those things, you got to really know what you're doing and have those connections, right? But certain things is just like out in the open. They can't really control it. So they really can't control you understand me? Let's just say if you had a picture taking business or something like that. I've seen a person literally have a big camera attached to a monitor, right? That rolls, and they around the city getting money doing photo shoots on the streets of Miami and Miami Beach, Brickles, and you can see all what's happening on the screen. And women is paying $100 for a quick little photo shoot for their Instagram, and he just snapping away, and he can make it go right to their phone, and then they go ahead and cash out them whatever $100, killing the game. He's doing photo shoots all day long, random, ad hoc photo shoots instantly. What women don't want to just do a quick photo shoot real quick and boom, 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 here go $100, and they got a professional. I'm talking about they got a big boy Nixon. You know what I'm saying? He just doing what he do. These are the type of things that I'm talking about. When you move to Miami, you have to think, how can I serve? I mean, if this your lane, how can I serve the tourists? Or else you have to think, how can I get in the communities and with the people that's doing the trading or doing the financial stuff? You know what I mean? And I'm talking about all positive stuff because, Miami is, you can be on the other side of the lane. I'm on the positive side, but, it's a whole nother world if you into that type of business or whatever the case may be. I don't get into that because I like my freedom too much, however the case may be. Food trucks. If you got a food truck in a city where it's not booming, bring it to Miami. I'm telling you, Miami has a lack of food. I'm telling you right now, it's a lack of diversity in the restaurants in Miami. And the ones that was open, like the Indian restaurants and stuff like that, Chinese restaurants, they closed because people sick of that. And you dealing with a Latin-based culture. They want, and the black culture too, they want certain food, especially on Miami Beach. I don't really see no food trucks on Miami Beach. It's a wide open game on Miami Beach when it comes to food. You know what I'm saying? You have to get your prospective licenses and things like that. Don't get that twisted. But honestly, you could just pop up and just start banging. You really could pop up and just start moving and then deal with all the repercussions later. It's not like you commit a crime or something. I'm just saying, I already told you how they move in Miami with the businesses. It's a lack of food on Miami Beach. It's supposed to be spring break. If your food truck was able to be driven down to Miami, if you're able to drive your food truck down to Miami, you can make a substantial amount of money during spring break time, having your food truck on Miami Beach and around that area, Washington, Ocean Drive, all that, in that area. And if you really went hard with your apparel, you can do that too. But I'm talking about businesses that really can make money because, like I said, it's a lack of businesses. It's a lack of food in Miami. Downtown Miami need so much diversity when it comes to food. All they got is Italian restaurants, Latin restaurants, and some Chinese stuff. But there's no soul food restaurants in downtown Miami. It's no like it's a lot of fresh food restaurants, but vegan, you need more vegan restaurant. Man, listen, if you're a chef, I would get down to Miami ASAP. ASAP. You know what I mean? If you need a good job, like Miami, we talk about DEI and diversity. It's not a lot of diversity when it comes to the corporate structures in Miami. They bringing it down here, but they're moving a lot of people from New York, a lot of people from Chicago, and they're not of any ethnic. They don't have any ethnic people with them. Let's just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that's in Miami, they're from these different countries. They don't really have the education to really go up against these people with these, masters and, these type of things and these education. So if you're educated, if you have a master's, If you have a degree, period, in finance, in business, in social, you know what I mean, sociology, Miami is wide open. You got to get to Miami, right? Because you could be living a good lifestyle and still be taking care of your business and being hired by a company that need to speak, need you to speak English. But if you have those degrees, you're in there. You're in there. And you can accelerate faster based on you already being educated. I'm dropping gems right now. I hope you're picking them up. The retail establishments, if it's not based on, this is why I have to learn the hard way. If it's not based on tourism, it's kind of going to be a struggle. It has to be based on the going out culture. It has to be based on tourism. It has to be based on something like that, because it's just being a regular retail establishment, or you just selling clothes, or you're selling your brand. If it's not popping, if you don't have the influencers, if you don't know how to get into the mix, it's not going to work in Miami. I'm telling you that right now. It's not going to pop, because Miami is just that vicious with who they're, really on, and who they're not on. You know what I mean? You see Psycho Bunny, that t-shirt brand, that clothing brand took off there in Miami. They took off, but people know them worldwide. And you can come, and this is what I want you to understand. This is the whole key in really creating a worldwide brand, is people actually seeing your brand being worn in 2 places in this world. Actually 3. Miami, actually 4. Miami, New York, Las Vegas, and LA. If you can dominate those 4 cities with your brand, you're going to make it. You're going to be a worldwide brand, because people from all over the world come to Los Angeles, especially Asian people. That's going to be your Asian dominated tourism environment, Asian and Mexican. Las Vegas, everybody comes to Las Vegas. If you can get your brand ringing in Las Vegas, you're going to be a worldwide known brand, because everybody in the world from all over parts of the world go to Las Vegas every day. That's one of my next moves, is what I've been planning on for some time, is really infiltrating Las Vegas. Miami, if you can get your name ringing in Miami, that's one thing I'm working on right now. Get my name ringing in Miami. That is a global positioning situation if you can get your name ringing in Miami. And if you can get your name ringing in New York City, first of all, if you can get your name ringing in New York City, you made it, because your name is gonna ring all over the world from New York City. But that's one of the hardest places to get your name ringing, because it's millions upon millions of people that's doing the same thing you're doing. It's millions of jewelers in Miami. in New York, or hundreds of thousands, I should say. It's hundreds of thousands to not million of apparel brands coming up out of New York. And the list goes on. However the case may be, Miami is still on the come up of different factors and different situations of different industries. So now's the time, 2025, for you to embed yourself in Miami, whether you got a solid job, and everybody likes to come to Miami. That's the thing. So if you're in Miami and you live in Miami and you take advantage of the Miami lifestyle, then it'll be easier for you to really get yourself and get your brand and get everything off the ground. Not necessarily that easy. Don't get me twisted. It's going to take some work, because I'm still working on it myself. I'm still banging out. I'm still trying to find my way, just like the Bandman Kebos and all the guys that is in the industry that's really doing their thing because let me tell you something. Let me go back. If you have a social media presence and you're trying to make it off social media, whatever you're doing, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Miami has something special. It's really taking off right now. Miami has something special, right? And I'm trying to tap into it myself. I'm tapping into it right now. Miami has something special. So for the creators, I've seen creators come to Miami and take off, because the environment, because the motivation just make you want to get up You know, it's Sunday. I'm doing live right now. It make you want to get up and get about your bag. It make you want to get up. And even if it ain't about the money, it's just all about the motivation of getting to it. You know what I'm saying? Because you see other people getting to it. See, seeing somebody get to it on your phone, and then you walk outside and you don't see nobody getting to it. You see people getting without it. That is a big difference. And that's a difference I choose not to be a part of, right? Because I don't want to look on the phone and see people doing big things and see entrepreneurs and see people handling their business. And then I walk outside and I see, you know, crackheads, and I see drug addicts, and I see, you know, people that's really not getting to the bag. They just smoking weed, they just doing whatever. I want to see, if I look on social media and see people doing it big and handling their business, then I want to go outside. And when I step outside, I want to see luxurious things too, because that's going to make me really want to step my game up and really turn it up. And that's what's happening now. And that's what I encourage you to do too. If you're feeling stuck, you know, take a trip to Miami. Just come to Miami for a couple of days just to rejuvenate yourself. You know, I had to take my daughter, I had to bring her down here to Miami, you know what I'm saying, last week, just to help her rejuvenate herself. The water will charge your spirit up. You know what I'm saying? The energy of seeing all these people from these different countries racing to the bag will charge your spirit up. Every day you need your spark, your spirit charged, because when you get around and you go out into your own environments and you see people not charged up, you see people struggling in the snow, you see people pushing their cars in the snow, you see people, you understand me, walking outside with bonnets on, you see people walking outside with pajamas on, and it's 3 o'clock in the daytime. Like, that does something to your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit is not the same when you see these type of things. You like, man, I was just looking at something fabulous on my phone, and then I went outside and I'm looking at these crackheads after $2, or I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, people struggling over here or I see a shootout over here, or I'm seeing somebody, you understand me, running from the police over here. That does something to your mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they tell you that your environment is so crucial. You know what I'm saying? Your environment, I would actually rather pay more to live in a good environment than to pay less and live in the hood, where I know that every time, you know, still I lived in the hood. I bought houses in the hood. And all the time, and I'm not saying this is not happening in Miami either, because they still in cars and busting in people windows, and I mean, they doing it on a whole nother level. So you got Rolls Royce, Bentley, and stuff like that. You can't just leave that stuff out on the street because it might be gone. They got technology to come get your Rolls Royce in 2 seconds and roll off in it. All that. However the case may be, I'm not just in the areas of Miami seeing where people is shooting, you know what I'm saying, robbing, you know what I'm saying, where the crackheads is just in abundance, you know what I'm saying, where people is struggling, wearing pajamas at 4 o'clock in the morning. When I go outside, I see people in, you know, bikinis, women in bikinis looking good. I see guys with their jewelry on, start making me put my jewelry back on, even though I'm a jeweler. I didn't see so much jewelry. It kind of, I just got used to it. But being in Miami, it's like, okay, let me put my jewelry back on. Let me get back to, you understand me, understanding, you understand, where I'm supposed to be at with this game. You understand? I see people jumping out, young guys jumping out Rolls Royces, Bentleys, Ferraris, and they cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you live in those areas where all the snow at, if you see a Rolls Royce or a Bentley or something like that outside and it's snowing, man, those guys are paranoid, man, because they already know it's somebody out to get them in this snow, in this weather. Somebody has been to try to get these guys. That's not the flavor in Miami. When you see them with the Bentley and the Rolls Royce, they jumping out like, yeah, what's up? I could be like, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I see you in the Bentley. Oh, yeah, man, I'm a trader. Or, yeah, man, I do this and do that, man. Get with me. They're inviting. They want you to get with them. They're not that, they might have that thing on them. Don't get it twisted. But the sun and the palm trees and just the beautifulness of the environment have them like, man, come on, let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Join the circle. Get with me. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the other. And that's why being an entrepreneur in Miami is so valuable. You know what I'm saying? Or bringing your business to Miami is so valuable, because that's the type of environment you in. You can get with guys that got this money and be their friend and learn from them. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? I've done it. I'm doing it now. You know what I'm saying? Guys I ain't got no Ferrari yet, but I got guys that got the Ferraris. That's telling me like, yo, man, come get the Ferrari whenever you want to. Come get the Lambo whenever you want to. I never took them up on it just yet. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really, you know what I'm saying, want that type of, responsibility on me, driving somebody else's Lambo or somebody else's Ferrari. But the option is there. And that's options that I never received, in North Carolina, in Milwaukee, in Chicago, in Portland. It's just not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. And I don't get me wrong, I love my places, but it's just not that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And it's people showing you the game. It's people actually showing you the game in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not gonna do the stream for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But I have to get back into streaming because my mans here in Miami, you know what I'm saying, really let me know, like, you got to get to streaming. You got to get to the back. You got to let people know who you are. You got to let people see you with your jewelry on. You got to become fabulous. You got to become famous out here in Miami in order to push your jewelry business. In order to become that jeweler that you want to be, you got to push it to the next level. And the only way you're going to push your jewelry business to the next level, the only way you're going to let people know you got that jewelry or that you're trading or that you know what I'm saying, or the next to come up is to go ahead and start turning that camera on, because 2 viewers or 3 viewers lead to 30 viewers, 30 viewers lead to 300, 300 lead to 1 million. As long as you keep turning that camera on. And I encourage anybody, Miami or not, Milwaukee, Chicago, New York City, wherever you at, California, Los Angeles, hey man, this is one of the biggest opportunities of a lifetime right now. Right now is the time for you to make a name for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Right now, this year, we still early in the year. It's only February, man. We got man 10 more months to go. Let's get to the bag. Let's get to these streams. Let's get to all of this. Let people know who you are. Turn these cameras. I'm doing videos every week. I'm turning it up. I don't care. I'm talking about it. I'm recording. I'm filming. I'm doing it. I'm about to come up. I'm about to be the next big thing. And you have to speak that into the universe. You know what I mean? I seen what I want. I know what I want. I know how I want to live. You know what I mean? And this is not it. This is just one of my little paths. This ain't it. I'm working on something on the 41st floor. You dig what I'm talking about? Looking at the ocean. That's next. You're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna upgrade and go ahead and jump into that Maybach. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to that Maybach. Not just being on the materialistic time, but understanding my worth and enjoying my life while it's here. See, so many people, and I don't see this much in Miami because people is living, you know what I'm saying? Because people is enjoying it, and it got a lot to do with the sun. You know what I mean? Got a lot to do with the trees and you know what I'm saying? Seeing other people in your environment doing the same thing. But a lot of people in these other places is not living, they're surviving. And surviving has so much to do with your health. Surviving has so much to do with your mind, because all you're trying to do is just make ends meet. We're not going to continue to just make ends meet no more. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a surplus this year. We're gonna thrive this year. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna thrive in 2025. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna make giant leaps. The president he's doing what he do right now, but they breaking it down so they could build it up. I'm not gonna get into that, but all I know is I'm getting my situation together so I can build it up, because I'm the next influencer. I'm the next big guy on the camera. And it starts right now today, right here. I'm the next big, you know what I'm saying, jeweler in the game. I'm the next big guy driving the big Bentleys and the big Rolls Royces in Miami. I'm that next guy. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do next? And it ain't all about materialism, but it's all about inspiring the people. I seen where a lot of the guys in Miami went wrong, and I'm not going down that route. I'm staying humble, but still coming up. See, it's a difference when you flashy and you splashing on people, and it's a difference between being flashy and splashing with people and showing them how to come up and showing them the game. You know what I'm saying? And showing them the business. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get off this little live, but I want to say this: the top 3 places The thing about doing business right now in Miami, number one, if you're doing retail, if you're doing, apparel, if you're doing, something that is hand-to-hand combat, as I like to call it, then you got to be on Miami Beach. Miami Beach is a tourist trap or a tourist situation where people have the money. They can't really leave the strips of Washington, of, Ocean Drive. These are the strips, and you really can get off and do what you need to do. You see DJ Khaled got the store and the restaurant. You see there's plenty of restaurants on Miami Beach. That's where you want to really jump something off and get a name. You see the Robin Jeans, so for all you guys that's into the clothes, you see the Robin Jeans store is on Miami Beach. 𝐒𝐓 is on Miami Beach. I mean, Miami Beach is a tourist destination. If you're doing something a little bit more technical and a little bit more financial, then you want to be in Brickell, because Brickell got all the big banks. They got the world banks. You can actually get a bank account from the Bank of Brazil. You can get a bank account from the Bank of Panama. You can get international bank accounts from banks that's got banking, banks in Miami Brickell. So, what I'm saying? If you're doing fine, that's where everybody do the Navy Federal stuff. They go to the one in Brickell, the Navy Federal, and do with all they little moves they doing. Miami Brickell is the spot where you want to bust the financial moves. And if you want to do some clubs, or you want to try to, you're into that, you're trying to open up a club, or you want to do some events, then you got to go to Midtown. You got to go to, that area. You know what I mean? You got to go to the Midtown area. You got to go to the arts district. You got to be over there, because that's where they have all the retail space, all the empty warehouses where you can actually. I've seen people with an actual warehouse. They put up a couple of decorations. Half of it, I've seen somebody with a club where half of the club is a cut off old. They cut a warehouse in half, and the rest was outside. So they made an outside area and an inside area out of an old warehouse, and they charging like $50 to get in there. And when they get in there, it ain't nothing special. You just in there. You know what I mean? You just in there. They make the outside look good, but when you come in there, it's just some lights. You know what I'm saying? In the old warehouse, it's crazy, and they making money. They making millions. They making millions, and they put some luxury cars outside, and that's what they're doing. They're making millions like that. You know what I mean? So you can too. I mean, it's all about your network. If you are already doing something in your city that you're in, bring it to Miami. I swear to God, you can really come up. You can really make something happen, because it's an environment where it ain't about how you look. It's not about how you look in Miami. It's not about it's about who you know. Let me take it back. It's about the money and the opportunities. And that's what I love about Miami for entrepreneurs. It ain't all that racism. It ain't all that segregation like it is in these other cities. In Charlotte, I could not get another retail spot, because it's 3 people that run the whole city, that run all the retail spots. And if they don't want you if they don't want you in what they have in their mind of how they want it, then you're not gonna get in, period. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in Miami Brickell or somewhere like that, or you in Miami Beach, if you got that money, they don't care how you look. They don't care where you from. You got that money, you could be African, you could be white, you could be Russian. It don't matter. You could be from the hood, you could be from Hollywood. It don't matter. If you got that money, you're gonna be able to open a club in Miami. Is the club gonna last? I don't know. That's on you. It depends on how you do it. The one brother had the club on Miami Beach for several years. He just closed it down because they sold the building. But he had the club, the hookah bar, and he dropped so much game. I got his course. He dropped so much game on how to open a club in Miami. He said, and I'm gonna give you some free game right here, and I'm gonna get up off of here. He said, just go ahead and rent out a bar that's not doing so well in Miami. You find a bar on Miami Beach that's not really banging or something like that, and you offer the hookahs, and you do bring your own bottle. Bring your own bottle is $50, and then you charge at the door $50, and then you offer the hookahs too. And that was a genius idea to me because I'm like, man, okay, so you offer the person who owned the bar maybe $10 a head. You made $40 a head, and let's just say his spot can hold 100 people in it or 200. I'm gonna let you do the math on that. So it's ways to actually get money in Miami just off the rip. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the cars. If you got a luxury car, you can bring that down to Miami. If you got a luxury car, big Benz or something like that, the Porsche, then you can take that from Miami, throw that on Turo. You will make money. You will make money. Period. I done seen people go from one car to 30 cars, man. I actually seen them with my own eyes. My man's had one Benz. He started renting that Benz, S55. He started renting that Benz out. That paid for him to get another Benz. Now he 2 Benz strong. He took that money and got a Porsche. Now he 2 Benzes in a Porsche. And all this happened within a year. I watched it with my own eyes. See, Miami was, when I first got to Miami, it was so overwhelming for me because I just wasn't used to seeing all these people come down here getting money real quick like this. You know what I'm saying? So it took me, it's still taking me a while to digest all this. And I'm like, damn, okay, where do I fit in that? You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing him do that. I'm seeing my man trade. He making 20, 30K a day, 15K a day. 10K a day is light for him. That's a light day, 10K. They going shopping. They like, come on, man. And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I need to get my paper up. I need to get my bread up. So it changed the way I think. And I got a video coming out about that called Miami Made Me a Beast, how Miami made me a beast, because it did, because I'm now getting into my beast mode. I'm now transitioning to my beast mode, and I didn't get this beast mode from any other city. The only city that gave me this beast mode that I'm now encountering is Miami, because I see other people with that beast mode, and I'm like, okay, he got that beast mode, he going hard, or she going hard, because there's a lot of women in Miami that's going hard. You know what I'm saying? And they going hard on the internet. They going hard in real life. They going hard with the older guys. They just going in, and they're collecting that cash and getting that money. And they coming from different countries that don't really have nothing, and they coming with their body, taking pictures, putting them online and doing whatever they do. That's not my forte. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying. And next thing you know, you see them rolling Bentley. You see them, because I'm telling you, it's guys from all around the world that's coming with millions, retired, whatever the case may be, and they want to come to Miami to have fun. They want to come to Miami to rent beautiful women and go to beautiful restaurants and just live that lifestyle. And I bumped into some of them, and they just gave me a nugget or two, like, "Hey, man, you got to do this with your business, that with your business." Like I told you, older dude, I bumped into the other day. He's like, "Man, you gotta get more online. A young fella, that's where all your customers are online. So why you ain't online every day doing a live stream?" And I'm like, damn, you right. I need to be on there every day doing a live stream, because there's some people that's gonna fall in love with me on here, just like Paul's. We fall in love with other people we be seeing watching. And next thing you know, you watching their content every day just because you just like to hear what they say. You like their personality and all that. And next thing you know, you got a whole clientele base based off of you just doing this right here, right what I'm doing right now. So, hold me to it. I'm coming on live as much as possible, because I'm a busy person too. But I even need to start showing y'all the lifestyle, because my lifestyle ain't just lame. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of interesting and incredible things. You can go to my Instagram page at James Mac Miami. You know what I'm saying? We just got back from Tucson. At the gym fair, where I was nominated for an award. Then, you know what I'm saying, we did our thing, and now we back, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna, we just did some content on Miami Beach. I'm gonna do more of that, because I know people want to, do that. But I'm gonna end it off by saying Miami have changed my life. It really made me up my game. It really made me see myself in a different light, because when I see other guys and I see how they roll, I'm like, damn, you supposed to be better than them. I know I work harder than them. I know I have, but they found the shortcuts, and they found the ways to really get to that bag faster. And being around certain people or being around certain environments, it did not allow me to really get to that bag that way, because the people I was around, they wasn't really getting to that bag like that. And if they was getting to that bag like that, it wasn't a good bag. It was like, you know what I mean, on some different levels. I want to get to that good, positive, that good, chunky, healthy bag. I want to get to that good, chunky, healthy money. You know what I'm saying? And in order to do that, you got to be around them guys that jumping out the Rolls Royce and jumping out the Bentley. You got to make sure them guys not moving keys. You got to make sure them guys not doing things like that. You got to vet those guys because you don't want to get caught up in that. But when them guys doing the, got the social media businesses and they're legit, or them guys got the, the clubs and they're legit, or them guys got the real estate, ventures, or them guys got the product. I got my guy, he got the product, he got the juices, you know what I'm saying? And he's selling them online like crazy, making thousands of dollars a day. I'm like, damn, you make $1,000, you making $3,000 a day off your supplement. And that's what another guy in Miami told me. He said, man, listen, you gotta get some supplements, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get some. You look at the one with the mouthwash. No, they making millions on TikTok. It's a lot of TikTok stars in Miami too that's making millions. So now I'm working to try to see how I can get me some vitamins or something, because that's what it's all about in Miami. It's about having some products, services, or selling yourself. I'm gonna just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Real estate, you know what I mean? But man, real estate is kind of sold up by the Cubans, let's be honest. But you still can get in there. You still can get in there. You still can get in there. And like I said, the food, if you're doing food and you got a food truck, you got to move it to Miami, because I'm telling you, the winter is holding you down. Who can really bang their food truck out in Chicago? Who can really bang their food truck out in Milwaukee? New York City. New York City food trucks gonna always bang, but who can really bang their food truck out in Ohio, Iowa, St. Louis? You know what I mean? With all this snow and all this rain. In Miami, it's like 70-something degrees, 80-something degrees. You can bang your food truck out right now on Miami Beach. It's about to be spring break. They headed down there. It's going to be open season. You can go down there and just go get the banging your food truck out. Don't wait. I'd be on the road. If I had a big food truck right now, I'd be on the road down to Miami, down to Florida right now. I'm gone. You know what I mean? Because I know that that's the high season. That's when they're really getting it in. That's when they're really making money. And I'm telling you, people drunk in the streets, man, you will make millions. Not millions, but I don't know. You could make millions, honestly, because I mean, the way Miami is and how many people come through Miami on a regular basis, if you really was going and you had enough staff to run your food truck from, like 9, 8 in the morning, when people not even getting up, when people still out, because in Miami, people will be up all day long. People come to Miami and don't get no sleep. I see them all the time. I walk in my crib. They still got their going out clothes on, looking for food, looking for all in CVS. And it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm out running the show. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. They're still just coming out the club. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. They're coming out the club. You know what I'm saying? You got 11. That's a 24-hour club. People in there all day long. They go in there at night and come out at 1 in the afternoon. Because it's dark in there. They don't know what time it is. They looking for food. They looking for this. You can make it in Miami. You just got to focus and get down here. You just got to say, you know what? I'm tired of living in these snowed out cities. I'm tired of living with this struggle. I'm tired of dealing with people that's not motivated. I want to get around some people that's motivated. You know what I'm saying? I want to get around people that's driving them Ferraris and them Lamborghinis and them Porsches. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to give you a certain amount of energy, and you can take that, you can absorb that energy. I absorb it. I'm going to go absorb something right now. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to keep this, this going long. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. I'm working on the merch. It's almost done. The lineup is almost done. And that's another thing, like I'm telling you. You know what I mean? It just motivates you to see all these different people doing their thing. I'm doing my thing now. I'm coming up, and I want y'all to come up. You know what I'm saying? I'm recording. I need my fan base to get up. If you rock with me, get up. If you rock with me, holler at me. Leave something in the comment. I'm going to start doing my thing on this camera, because this is the fastest way to get notoriety and spread your brand. And I'm actually talking about something, man. I get deep sometimes, but I'm telling you that Miami right now is the best place in America for you to be. That's what I'm telling you. That's the whole understanding behind this live stream. Women, if y'all can't make it in y'all city, if they ain't spending money in y'all city, if you can't find a man in your city, come to Miami. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Fellas, if you can't find a woman in the city you in, If you're an entrepreneur and the women is just not adding up, I know how it is. You're just not finding the right caliber come to Miami. I'm telling you, it's some beautiful sisters in Miami, doctors. I was able and fortunate to get into a circle. Shout out to MIA Miami. Shout out to everybody that's with the Links Incorporated. Shout out to everybody Palm Beach Gardens. I'm talking about I was able to shout out to Miss Bell, who I met Miss Bell in Brickell. She single-handedly introduced me to a circle of influential Black Americans, or just Black people, I should say, because people from different islands and all that, doctors, lawyers, scientists, CEOs of companies in Miami, in Palm Springs, in Dade County, in Broward County. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge group of influential people, Black people in Miami. It's not just people struggling. And these people is doctors and lawyers and all this. Shout out to Ro. She was, still one of my good friends. She's a big time lawyer, Black woman, big time lawyer, and still down to earth. Because you know how some of them people be when they get those levels, they ain't got time for you. But I understand that people in Miami, and maybe it's the weather. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's the weather that they still cool and still sit down with you and still, chop it up with you or talk to you, as I should say, and not just be like, oh, he ain't got no education or she ain't got no education or oh, they ain't even got no masters. No, like you're really trying to do something, but you have to try to do something. Don't come to Miami thinking that you're just gonna make it just off of the strength. Nah, you gotta put the work in, because I'm gonna tell you the main thing about Miami. Miami is going to vet you. When you come to Miami, Miami is going to vet you. And what I mean by vet is the people are going to do the background, because you understand, here in Miami, people deal with fraud and scammers every day. So you got people that come to Miami that just want to create a lifestyle. They want to be somebody. So they'll touch down and create a whole image and create a whole fake identity, not necessarily actual identity, but who they are, and try to distribute that around. And that's been happening for years. So people are gonna be a little like, oh, you do jewelry? Oh, you a jeweler? Oh, okay, you a social media influencer? Oh, okay, let me see what you got. Yeah, they're gonna be a little bit, taken back, because people been scamming for years, and then they'll, they mess around, bounce, leave, whatever the case may be. So don't be taken back by that. Just continue to do you. Just continue to prove that you're legit, you're 100, you're official. And then people will buy into you. And that's the stage I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? After 3-4 years of being in Miami, 3 years of being in Miami, now people are starting to, okay, no, he's official. No, he's really doing what he do. Oh, no, he's a GIA graduate. Oh, he really, the Storm Brickell, bing, 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 boom, boom, boom. It's all coming together now, but it took me 3 years for it to all start to, and it's not all the way together yet. Now I'm working on this portion, and that's to reach out to y'all. And that really circulates around Miami. People start seeing me on YouTube. People start seeing me on Instagram, start seeing me on TikTok. And then that's when they pull it all together. And, oh, you the guy off of Oh, okay. Well, hey, man, we having a party. Oh, we having a business meeting. Oh, we having a mastermind session. Mastermind session. We want you to come. Oh, I'm throwing a mastermind session. I want y'all to come. That's up next. Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and get off this live. Tap in, man. Follow, subscribe. I need to get my subscribers up. I want to. I demand you to let's go. Let's get to it, man. Because I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna show you exactly. I'm showing you exactly how to come up. It's one of these things where you're actually seeing somebody come from, the lower levels of this influencer, of this industry, up to the top, man. I'm showing you step by step. It's taking me a while, but I'm showing you step by step. I'm building up the catalog. I'm building up who I am. I'm really giving you the raw of what you need to see to be like, you can do it too. Because I didn't necessarily believe some of the people in Miami that said they did it, but now I'm showing you that I can do it. And now I see that how they did it. It's just step by step. You know what I'm saying? It's just step by step. You got people like, Stormy Wellington, them type of people moving around Miami, doing their thing. Women, boss women, doing their thing. started from little bit of nothing out here in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Doing their thing. Let's go, man. Tap in. Check out for the next live. When I start banging these lives out like I'm doing now, man, tap in, man. Don't waste no time because I'm getting straight to the top, man, and I'm giving you some value. My thing is to give you some value, to talk about it. I'm not doing no dancing. I'm not doing no pranks. I can't do the pranks. I can't do the dancing. It's so serious what, you know what I'm saying, Black folks and what people are going through in America in general right now. We got to wake up. You know what I mean? It's not about that. Let's be entrepreneurs. Let's make $1 million. This is the $1 million challenge right here. I'm telling you, I'm just an average guy right now, letting you know that I'm about to bang out. I'm about to run up. I'm about to accumulate millions of dollars right here, right now. You understand me? And I'm going to show you. I'm showing you. So follow on, link in with me, lock in with me, tap in with me, whatever you got to do. Let's go. James Mack, I'm out. I'm going to go ahead and get off this screen. I love y'all, man. Let's go.